na na na. Family goes, oh na na na. Oh na na na. Come kick it with the Casey's. All that love and all those babies. C-A-S-C-Y. Welcome to the lives. Welcome. C-A-S-C-Y. DJ Envy and Gia, oh oh. It's time to kick it with the Casey's. You're tuned into the Casey crew.
What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of the KC Crew.
Welcome. Hello, 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 beautiful people.
I just want to say, first and foremost, salute to all of you guys for all the love, for hitting us on the DMs, the text, and of course, emailing us, thekcrew@gmail.com, THEEKCrew@gmail.com. We got a lot to discuss before we actually get into the episode. The reason I'm saying thank you is there's so much going on. First, I want to salute to all the dance dads out there and dance parents out there. I didn't realize how crazy dance is. I think I did, but it's on a different level. I mean, this is worse than any basketball, AAU, any baseball tournaments. This is a lot of work. So last week, or now it'll be like 2 weeks ago, because the last 3 weeks we've been at dance competitions, but we had a major dance competition in Jersey. It happened to fall on Gia's birthday. So we celebrated Gia's birthday at a dance competition. But let me rewind that, all right? I have to rewind that because everything we did for Gia's birthday, we had to celebrate early. So before the actual dance competition, which is Friday, Gia went out with her girlfriends. I know a lot of you might have seen the video. I made fun of it. She was going out and I was saying, yes, she's going out. I miss you. And then I had a party at the house. S-Doc can actually play it right here. Bing.
Love you, Bobo.
I miss you.
You gonna miss me?
Miss you, baby.
Yep, the wife is going for an all-girls night out, and you know what? I'm gonna be sad. Psych! I am going to do what I want to do. I'm eating chips. I'm eating trolleys. I'm on the couch. I'm gonna sip my Monster, and of course, I'm gonna wash it down with chocolate chip cookies. And then when I get thirsty, I'm gonna go to the fridge for some more. And you know what? I ain't pouring it in a cup. I'm taking the carton straight to the head. Nobody's here to tell me anything. Then I'm gonna play pool on the pool table that's supposed to be quote unquote furniture. We're not supposed to be using this pool table, but you know what? I'm using the pool table because nobody's telling me nothing. Then I'm gonna go to the gym. And nope, I'm not watching a reality show. I'm not cuddling. I'm gonna work out. That's right. I'm gonna work all my muscles out because there's nobody to say cuddle with me. And then I'm gonna chill in the sauna. I'm gonna play my music. I'm going to relax. I'm going to chill because I'm in my soft guy era. Why not? Yeah. Holla at me.
So that was my little joke. But the funny thing about that is Gia really doesn't go out like that, right? Very rare. And if she does, it's usually with me. Every once in the blue, she goes out for her friend's birthday. Now, I used to go out all the time, 4 or 5 nights a week because I was always DJing. When Gia came back from the club, I was like, Did I look like this every time I came in? And she was like, yes. So he's probably thinking like, well, what was it? First of all, she smelled like liquor. Like, smelled like liquor.
You said I smelled like the club.
Then she smelled like the club. So now the club smell is...
It came in waves?
Yeah, first was... I'm going to tell you why. First, she got in the bed, and, she kissed me. Hey, babe. She got in the bed, and I smelled the liquor coming through the pores, right? So that means she had a good time. But she wasn't drunk enough where she was throwing up and the room was spinning. She was able to go. She was good.
I wasn't drunk. I was just tipsy.
She was a little more than tipsy. Not drunk, but a little more than tipsy. Then, we cuddle. Sometimes she cuddles me. Sometimes I cuddle her. So now I say, yo, turn over so I can cuddle. And when she turned over and I cuddled and I smelled her hair, smelled like the club. Every weed smoke, hookah smoke, whatever they smoked in that club that night, was coming out of her body. And I was like, it got to the point where I had to say, yo, when I used to go out there, I smelled like that? She says, absolutely. And I'm like, I would have maybe take a shower. Like, it was that bad. But she had a good time.
The next day, one of my friends that was out with me called me and was like, does your hair stink? And I was like, Rashawn told me that I smelled like outside. When I got home next night, I was like, so let me check. So I took my hair and I smelled it. I was like, I do smell like the club. And then you sent me the nastiest text message. It was kind of funny, though.
You know what's funny? I was scrolling through my phone and I seen it and I was laughing.
I sent it to everybody that went out with us that night.
I was like, what the hell?
I'll screenshot it and then we'll drop it here.
I want to read it because when I say I just seen it, I just seen it because all I could see was, I said, babe, you smell like tequila, hookah, cheap cologne, and weed with a touch of bad weed and yeast infection. What type of spot was that? She told me, shit, let me get in the shower. It was crazy.
I was like, let me go wash.
But she had a good time.
Yeah, I did. I had a wonderful time. There's all types of stuff going on in that club, though.
I could imagine.
Nah, but we just had liquor and hookah. But I just think that,
it was a vibe. It was a smell.
it was
a
the
smell
smell of a
venue.
good time.
It was a good thing.
Smell of a good time.
So salute to all the promoters. It was ladies love karaoke or girls love karaoke night, whatever it is.
You know what? And then we'll drop the video of my good time right here.
Showed up. What it do? Yeah. Pimpin'. Oh boy. What y'all know about a supermodel? Fresh out of Air magazine. Buy her own bottles. Look, pimp juice, I keep it running. Bad than a mother. Now, need a bad girl. If you're a bad girl. Players, when you see me, act like you know me. I keep $1 worth of dimes. You know, pimpin' ain't easy.
I'm that geek like me, you know it's YWRBCMG. Wipe me down. Small, tall, long, paper, no small fix. Beat the all pretty, and we y'all wearing booty shorts. Cause my paper long. It's a Friday night. What's up? I ain't at home. Let's go. I pull my shot, cause I don't drink alone. I'm outside again, cause I hate it home. It's giving her face. Yeah, her face. It's giving her face. Yeah, her face. All up.
So it's a place called Girls Love Karaoke. And when my girls told me that they were taking me to go karaokeing, I was like, for my birthday? I was like, do y'all know me? Like, I've never been karaokeing in my life. Like, I like to go to the club and turn up, have a good time, sing all the music in the club, but I don't even go on stage and perform with words on a screen behind me.
It's a different vibe.
Well,
Mhm.
my friend was like, no, yeah, you don't understand. Like, this spot is different. And I was like, different how? She's like, it's like a club and there's a karaoke option,
Mhm.
but it attracts like a certain crowd. Like, there's going to be a good crowd there. People come out to experience this. And, it's like bottles and sections and tables. And you know what I mean? Like, it's a vibe. It's not like we're taking you karaoke. I'm like, because then I'll just throw on like, some jeans and Timbs if we go in karaoke. Look, nah.
It's not that vibe. It's a dope spot.
So
like,
then she sent me a reel of what it was.
yeah, it's a dope spot.
And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it.
I think Rihanna went there a couple of weeks ago. Cardi B was there a couple of weeks ago. So it's that type of vibe. So I didn't go because it was girls' night out, and I didn't want to overstep my boundaries. Let the girls have fun.
But he sent babysitters.
I did. I said the whole New York.
Scott is dying laughing right now because Estat came to capture some moments for us. And there was a babysitter right there. There's another babysitter right there. There's a babysitter at our table. There's a babysitter behind me. There's a babysitter in front of me.
It is what it is. Look, it's New York City. In New York,
That's the reason why. That's what it was?
I did send her with a police officer security who's white. So as soon as you see him, you knew he was out of like, he just didn't look.
You knew he was
Yeah,
security.
you knew he was security.
A little out of place.
Yeah, you knew he had him done with him. So, he was security. So, damn. And then I sent the homies there. So, I called all the homies and let them know that, it was my wife is celebrating a birthday. And they know how I am about my family. So, they all pulled up. Everybody from
DB.
DiBiase.
What up, DB?
The funny thing about DiBiase is, I guess he stood in front of the table. So, I get a text that night was like, can you tell DiBiase to move in front of the table? He's blocking my outfit. Nobody can see my outfit.
I'm like, he's blocking me. I can't see them. They can't see me. Why am I here?
Diddy did his job. So, shout out to
I love
brother
him,
DB.
though.
Clue pulled up to make sure everything was good. Chris Green pulled up to make sure everything was good. Ron pulled. There was so many different people that I had just to check in to make sure things were good.
I could have just stayed home and invited them over because it was the whole club basically.
There's a lot of people, but they made sure things were safe and she had a good time. And anytime that I go out, like even now, my son is he's out in another state right now, and I called all the promoters and said, look out for my son, make sure he's good and everything. And even though I'm not there, I just want to make sure that he's well protected and good. And any father or husband would do the same. So that was that. Then when she got home, she had to pack all our kids' bags to go to the dance competition, right? So we had to drive to the dance competition, which was about a
Hour and a half.
hour 30, hour 40 drive. And we got to the dance competition, and Brooklyn had to be on at 6:45 a.m., right? So that
On a
means
Friday.
on a Friday. So we had to leave Thursday after she just partied and smelled like everything I just named, pack the bags, and we had to get there. We got there. I had to broadcast from there. We got everything good the night before, which was Friday, where she performed. And then London forgot the shoes. Or I forgot the shoes.
I was about to say, you forgot the bag on the counter with London's ballet slippers.
So now we were an hour and a half away. She needed the shoes, so I had to pay for an Uber to drop these shoes off an hour and 30 minutes, which we did. Here's the video. You can see everything that we went through.
Salute to all the dance dads out there. Now, this weekend was a 3-day dance convention and competition. Now, we got to the hotel and the girls had to be on stage at 7 a.m. So you know what that means? We had to get them up at 3 a.m. We had to get them in the shower. We had to get them dressed. And of course, we had to put on makeup, blush, and all that other stuff, lipstick and all that other stuff. Now, this was all their bags, just their stuff. Not even me and my wife's stuff. And this is Brooklyn actually getting ready at about 5 a.m. But also, I had to go to work, so I had to do the Breakfast Club live from the hotel room. Yeah, I was screaming, and I'm sure I woke up my neighbors, but it's okay. Now, they were finally done, and now they're on their way downstairs. Of course, Mom was not letting them go without taking 1,000,001 pictures. Now, the way it works is I take them downstairs and let them stretch as Mom gets ready. Now, as we're walking down the hall, I make them carry their own stuff. Yep, their bags, their Stanley cups, and all that. And Brooklyn always makes me nervous with all these damn flips. I'm always scared she's going to break her neck, but she got it covered. And poor London. London forgot her dance shoes at the crib, an hour and a half away. All right, let me rephrase it. Dad forgot the shoes at home, so I had to get an Uber to drive an hour and 30 minutes to bring the shoes. They made it there in time. It probably was the most expensive ride for a pair of shoes, but we got them in time. She was upset. She was all sad, but when the shoes came there, she was so happy. Also, yeah, I got a flat tire. Yeah, it happens. I had to jet the Pep Boys. Didn't have an appointment, but they understood what I was going through and got me in immediately. So salute to everybody at Pep Boys. I made it back to see Brooklyn win first prize or first place, whatever you want to call it. I'm tired at this point. We packed up all the bags and we made it home safely. Now, next week, another city, another competition, and I'm tired.
And yes, I caught a flat tire, had to get the flat fixed. It was just a lot going on. And then it was Gia's birthday, her actual born day. So we celebrated at the dance competition. We didn't get the cool celebration romantic night because we had kids. We were in a hotel, but I want to salute to some of the dance moms. Some of the dance moms was like, look, we'll take the kids for a couple of hours and let y'all do y'all. We went to a nice restaurant. We had a great dinner and we still enjoyed each other, you know? So question, how did it feel not to be able to celebrate because we were at dance?
I mean, I did celebrate. That's I don't enjoy anything more than seeing my kids do what they love most. And that's dance, and for Jackson, that's soccer. So if they're enjoying themselves and having a great time, it just brings nothing but joy in my heart. So, I mean, we knew that it was on a birthday weekend and it was an optional convention. We didn't have to go. So we chose to go. Like the entire dance company didn't go. Only certain dancers went and our girls went, but it was optional and I wanted to be there. So it was great.
It was dope because Brooklyn actually won first place in her class. So it was pretty dope to go to. And then
Her category.
in her category.
Yes.
So now that's Gia's birthday. So for everybody out there,
And London won the She's a Star Award.
She's a Star Award.
Yeah.
She came first in the
And she
trio.
came first in her trio.
And then I think out of 800 girls, she was fifth.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So, but congratulations. We were super duper duper proud. But like I always tell everybody, December, January, February is my toughest months, right? because I got Christmas for 7. Yeah, so how many kids? I got 6 kids and wife, 7, and I got parents. I got Christmas for a lot of people. Then if Estax is 8. Then February is Gia's birthday and Valentine's, right? And having 4 girls, you have a bunch of Valentines, right? So you got
What?
Valentines. That's what I said.
I thought I just heard you say Valentine's.
No, I said Valentines.
Okay, I just want to make sure because many of you say Valentine's.
Right. No, Valentine's. So
Uh-huh.
for this Valentine's, what I wanted to do something special for the whole family, right? So I surprised the whole gang with a spa day, right? We went to this place called Avanti Day Resort, right? Where they were able to do a little bit of everything. And I'm going to explain what some of the some of the things that we did. So the kids, it were procedures. So for the kids, they got their nails done, they got pedicures, they got their hair done, they got food, candy, chocolate, and they were pampered. For the adults, which is me, my wife, Madison, and her boyfriend, because of course Logan's in school, we got massages, we got facials, we got manicures, pedicures, and me and my wife, we did a little something more. So first we took a mud bath with each other, right? So they gave us a platform of mud, and it was like 4 glumps of mud, right? And the mud, some went for the face, some went for the chest, some went for the arms, some went for the ass, some went for the legs, some went for the feet. And we pretty much rubbed our butt-ass naked selves in this mud, right? And after
We were in a chamber.
yeah, we were in a chamber, so it wasn't in front of everybody. It was just
It felt like a Moroccan chamber. It was like blue and green tiles, and it had tile seats built in that were warm, and the floor was warm, and there was like droplets of water coming from the ceiling to kind of refresh the mud to make sure that it didn't dry up on you. And then there was steam that came out that also made sure that you stayed hydrated with the mud, and the mud is supposed to soften your skin. So we rubbed each other down.
We rubbed each other down. We sat in the mud for, I guess it was like 20, 30 minutes. And then water came from the ceiling like a sprinkler and washed all the mud off. Then from there, we jumped in a steam shower. We took a shower, got all the extra mud off, excess mud. And this made your skin super duper soft. But now they had to put the minerals back on your skin. So Gia got a massage where they put the minerals, a Swedish massage where they
With
put
like
the
a
oils
goat,
back
it's like
in
a
it.
goat butter infused with all different types of oils.
She's so
that
proper.
will-
I just said they put the minerals back. And while she got that, I kind of, they let me sleep for 30 minutes in like
A flotation bed.
it was like a flotation bed. So they put you in the bed,
And they wrapped you up like a burrito.
yeah, wrapped you up like a burrito, and then they drop you into the bed, and you
So
you
they
sleep
don't
in
drop
water.
you into the bed. What is he talking about? Okay. So it's a flotation bed where you lay on it, and then they wrap you in 2 layers. And while you're laying horizontally, the bed descends into a pool of water, but you're still covered by the platform on the bed. So it's kind of like maybe like a rubber, and then it blocks you from the water. But what it's meant to feel like is as though you're a fetus in your mother's womb.
Correct.
So you're like in this like water cocoon in a way where you're kind of like floating around a little bit, and it's warm and you fall asleep.
I knocked out, 30 minutes knocked out.
Yeah.
And then Gia got in the bed, and then I got my Swedish massage. And that was, I guess, one of the one procedure. Is that called a procedure?
It was an experience.
One.
So the mud chamber, the steam shower, the flotation bed, and the massage table is all in one room.
Yeah.
So you go into that room for one experience. Good choice.
experience.
Yeah, so for one experience. And then after that, we both got our massages. So Rashawn arranged for a sticks and stones massage for me, which they used bamboo, and it's like it had like little rubbers at the end where she kind of beat my back with it. And then she also massaged me with the sticks, and then she used stones as well to massage me. So that was my massage. Rashawn got a 4-hand massage, so he had 2 people massaging him at the same time, which is our favorite massage. If we ever go to a resort or a spa or anything that offers that, we get it. If you guys ever have an opportunity to, get it. The 2 massage therapists are typically synchronized in their massage technique, and it feels amazing. I mean, you can imagine.
It's great. And I mean, again, it's at Avanti Day Resort. So if you live in New Jersey area, New York area, and you get a chance, they have everything there. So after that,
Okay, go ahead.
so after they gave me my massage, so one of the things, I don't know if you guys have realized or seen, like we vlog a lot of the things that we do. So just so we could show people, and it's if you guys want to try it, whether it was Gia getting her mammogram or me driving to the girls' thing, we just like to vlog it because we think it's cool. And we think it's some things that people could actually see. So this, we actually vlog some of it, right? I don't think the video will be ready to put in this episode, maybe the next one. But S. was able to videotape some of it, right? So we let S. come in the rooms for like, 2-3 minutes to get a little footage. So S. walks into my room, right? S. walks into my room, right? And I'm butt naked, but they're covering my ass, right? I'm laid down. They don't know if I know S. or not, right? So S. just comes in and he just looks like a cameraman. He's taping. He goes, "Oh, I got to get out of here. Look at all that booty in here." And I'm like, "Yo, get out of here." Right? S. is a big kid, right? So then he leaves my room after talking about my booty. Then he goes in her room, right?
I didn't even know he was in there. It's like nice and serene. They have the therapeutic music playing, and I'm laying on the bed that I'm laying on. They say that they're the only ones that have it, but it's like the massage table is a water
It's
table.
like a water bed.
And it has like LED lights going around it. So while you're laying there getting your massage, it's like the water is bubbling underneath you and swaying.
Nice, warm,
falling
feels
beneath you.
good.
It's warm.
First time I experienced that.
Yeah, it's the first time I ever experienced that. So I really like that. So I'm in there and I'm enjoying my moments. And all of a sudden I hear, "Damn, Gia, your skin looks as soft as a baby." That it. Oh, okay. He did say that, but that's not what he said first. At first, he was like, I heard something, and I was like, "Oh, that might be S. The videographer. So you can, if he comes in, it's fine. It's no problem." So she says, "Okay." So I didn't know that he was in there, and then all of a sudden, I heard something. And I'm like, I think that's my videographer. Yeah, you can let him in." He was like, "Oh, I've been in here. I already saw your crack and everything." I said, "What?"
Now, mind you, the lady doesn't know that we know S. She just thinks that it's just a camera guy. So go ahead.
He was like, "I already seen your crack and everything." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing." He was like, "But nah, your skin is as soft as a baby." And the massage therapist said, "Excuse me, sir, but that's extremely inappropriate."
Say it like how she said.
How did she say? That's how she said it.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, well, she's European of some sort. So she had a very strong accent. Her name was Anya. And she said, "Excuse me, sir, but that's extremely inappropriate." And he was like, "No, I'm just, I was just saying, like, she has soft skin." She said, "Excuse me, but are you her husband? Are you her husband? Do you have the right to say those things to her?" I just let her go. I didn't even defend him. I just say, "I know." Just like,
Did you tape that by any chance?
were you filming when she said that?
He might have it, so you might see it in the next episode.
No, if you have that.
You better see it in the next episode.
Yes, but go ahead.
So we got those massages, and we had dinner there. They had dinner for the whole family, and the whole family was there. So I mean, I've never seen somebody at a salon or a day resort, as they call it, just so nice. Like the kids had an amazing time. They showed the kids around and painted the kids' nails. They had what kind of room is it? They had a salt
A
room.
Himalayan salt.
Himalayan salt
Yeah,
room, where
yeah.
the kids were able to just sit there for a little bit, and breathe.
It's supposed to have health benefits.
They brought us pizza. They brought us steak and
Wait,
food,
hold on.
macaroni and cheese.
Not for nothing, like you set up the most amazing day.
Thank you so much.
You said, like, not for nothing, like you are the most thoughtful, considerate, and loving husband that a girl could ask for.
Little more. Keep going. Jamal. Say it again. I don't think I heard you.
Attention starved, narcissistic.
All of that. All of that. All of that. But
Oh, no,
but I did
seriously.
it for a family that deserves it. And
No, hold on, stop. He planned out the whole day. And I mean, it was planned literally minute by minute. Like we knew what we were doing every portion of the day. He had breakfast, lunch, and dinner all catered at the restaurant. And the restaurant brought, not at the restaurant, at the spa. And the spa brought in a huge dining table and china and everything. I mean, they don't have this, but they brought it in for us just so that we could have a beautifully catered breakfast. It was the sweetest thing. I mean, it took so much thought and time, and that's what you excel at, just
Yeah.
doing things that are thoughtful, that take time and take so much effort and planning just for a surprise. He just told me that the kids weren't going to school. He had something special, and we had to be ready by 9 a.m. So the day started at 10:30 a.m. and ended at about 9 p.m. So we
Right.
were there literally for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
All day. And let me salute to
Oh, wait, I'm not done praising you.
Oh.
And
see, listen.
the lunch spread was everything. There was too much food and like so much variety. Something for everyone at the table because my kids are picky. So there was chicken fingers and like French fries for them, and there was tuna tartare for me, and
Mhm.
chicken Caesar salad for Madison, and all different types of pasta and
Steak,
meatballs and
it was so
rigatoni and
great.
steak for Jen. He had everyone's favorite food there. It was just really, really phenomenal. And shout out to my friend
I was
Danielle
gonna say salute to Danielle. So
for
Danielle,
helping him pull it together.
hold on. So
I
so
adore you.
Danielle, which is kind of funny. I actually met Danielle at Hermes. So Danielle was my salesperson at Hermes at one time, and she would help me plan out my getting my Birkin. So what Birkin I wanted to get and what I need to get to get the Birkin and Kelly bag and all that. She used to work. She left there many years ago, but we always stayed friends. So I told her what I wanted to do. She helped me with everything, and she helped me plan everything out. So salute to Danielle, because she really came
You
through.
brought in roses and
All that,
flower
yeah.
bouquets for me and the babies, and it was just a cake
Mhm.
for my birthday, even though it was after my birthday. So the cake, just every single thing was thought of
Mm.
for your family. And I just want to tell you, I adore you.
Aw.
Thank you so much. Love you.
Mhm. But it didn't end there. Then everybody got their hair done. All the girls got their hair done, their hair blown out. I got my feet done, my nails done. It was just a great event, and I just like I said, I just like to do things for my family for Valentine's Day, especially for my daughters, because I always say I just want my daughters to know how to be treated. So it's like if when they ever have a boyfriend, they know what to stand for and what not to stand for. You're not just gonna buy my daughter a leaf and say the happy Valentine's Day. You treat them like they should be treated. And it was a great time. So I'm sure we'll put the video in next week. But if you looking for something to do on Valentine's Day and you want to do something out of the ordinary, we talk about Valentine's Day. If this is the first time watching it, we don't really go out on Valentine's Day. And the reason that we don't go out is what we experienced years and years and years ago is when we go out on Valentine's Day, we never really have a good time. And it's not because we don't have a good time with each other. We always feel like restaurants are overpacked. They add tables because they're trying to make as much money as possible.
And they're trying to turn those tables over as quickly
Possible.
as possible.
Food is not always as good. The service is not as always good
Because
because
they're rushing.
they're rushing. So we decided a long time ago for Valentine's, we'll stay home. We'll watch movies. We'll play games.
Let me do
Do
things
things
with the
together as a
kids.
couple
Yeah.
and with the kids. And then we'll go out the day before, the day after, week before, but we'll experience that love some other time. But we just don't enjoy going out Valentine's
But
Day.
what do you think about, and I've known many, many girls over the years and a couple of guys who say that their boyfriend or their husband feels as though Valentine's Day is a manufactured holiday just so the stores and the restaurants can make money. So they choose not to celebrate it and they don't exchange gifts.
Agree.
Do you agree?
I do think Valentine's Day isn't.
And why do you go so hard every Valentine's Day?
Uh,
Like, we don't go out on the day, but we celebrate Valentine's Day pretty hard every single year.
I mean, I like celebrating love. I love love. So anytime I get an opportunity to celebrate love with you or our kids, I enjoy to do it. But I do feel like Valentine's Day is a manufactured holiday. Like celebrating love is great. And I love doing that. But when you start seeing the heart chocolates and the roses and this, that, and the other, and the reason I say it's manufactured is, today, right? If I go out and buy a dozen roses, it might cost me $22, right? On Valentine's Day, those same roses for $22 is $82.
Because it's supply and demand.
Right. And
I think it's an opportunity for them to make more money, yes. But I also think that supply and demand plays into it because you have so many people ordering on that particular day. So it's part of the weeding out process. If you want the product, then you need to pay.
right.
Because there's only a select number of those people that want it that are going to pay that premium. So that weeds out
Yeah,
a certain
But I just think
percentage of the people that want
I
it.
don't think it makes sense. You know, you buying the same roses. If you buy it the day before, it's a lot cheaper. The day of, they know that people have to buy it, and they're gonna charge you for that. The same thing with, you know, when you go to restaurants. Sometimes people put the prices up on the restaurants of that day, or it's a prefix menu, or the bottles and the liquor or whatever it is. It's a little more expensive. I just feel like it's a way to get people because they know they have no other choice, right? Same thing when you buy them stupid balloons on the side of the roads, and all those things are cheap as hell, but they know that people like to have those things. And if you want to get something delivered on Valentine's Day, not only did you just pay $60, $80 for the flowers, now you're spending $30 to get it delivered the same day.
Then why do you play into it?
I'm
If
a-
you believe this, then why do you play into it? You send your mother. I do not like to be gifted flowers. I never have. I never have. He continues to do it for me, but I do. They come, they last for a few days, and then they die. I like the Venus de Flor flowers because they last for years and years and years, well beyond how long they say that they last. But I'm not a flower girl, but many of you are. And every year you send me, your mother, all of our girls, and some other, and Mercedes, women in our lives that you love, you play into it and you pay those premiums. So how do you not believe in it but play into it?
Oh, I don't believe in it, but I still necessarily want to show my love for everybody. So, for instance, my mother is going to be 70 years old this
What?
year. She's going to be 70,
No?
80. My mother's going to be 80.
Like, yo,
I don't know why. I don't know.
Whole decade.
I don't know why I said 70.
For a second, I was like, am I tripping? I felt like in the Twilight Zone. You said it so emphatically. Like you really knew what you were talking about.
No, 80. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know it's your mom and everything, but I think
80. I mean,
I kind of know these things.
sorry, Mom. My mom's going to be 80 this year, and I just like to show love. It's a day where everybody gets flowers and gets things.
So everything that you're saying says that you actually do believe in it.
No, I do it for my mother. I do it for our kids. I do it for you. I don't do it for me. I think it's a manufactured holiday, and I think it's a way for these stores to make millions and millions of dollars on this one day. But
But everything you're saying says that you still believe in it because you enjoy celebrating love.
no, but I will do it on a Monday where the same flowers cost $22. But I look at
You
it
don't
as-
do it to save the $60 on the flowers.
No, I still love. But this is
You
my
do it
point.
because we don't like to have a badly prepared meal and have to be rushed out of our seats in a restaurant.
Yeah, that's true. But also, if my daughter's in
Save
school,
money.
if my daughter's in school and it's Valentine's Day and everybody's celebrating Valentine's Day, I want my daughter to feel special on a day, and she feels special every day, but I want her to feel special that day as well.
And that's the point.
But I don't care. I don't want to celebrate it. I don't want to spend the
But you-
$8 on flowers
No, no,
that's
no,
usually $9.
You're contradicting
I don't
yourself.
want to buy a teddy
No,
bear
no,
that's usually $2.
You know
Now
what?
you're telling me $100. I
It's
don't
like-
want to.
It's like you want to be a hater. You
I
want
hate on
the-
myself.
You want to hate on the holiday, but every piece of information that you give in support of being a hater actually negates you being a hater. I don't want to do it, but I do it because I want to make my daughters feel special.
That's the truth.
Yes, and that is why I don't believe in the haters on Valentine's Day, because it's one day out of the year and all of the cheapies are going to nitpick that day so that they don't have to celebrate it. Not for nothing. Like, you have all year to plan for it. So what if you have to, and flowers are never $22. You're wild.
Let's see.
A dozen roses.
$19.99. I can go get you the $19.99 roses right now.
Right. Yeah.
Am I lying?
But those are the ones that you bring home. They're going to die tomorrow.
They're all gonna die tomorrow.
No, you're getting the bad batch if you're getting it for $22 on the Cross Bronx Highway.
No, it's gonna be good.
Okay.
They're gonna last a lot longer.
Anyway,
You buy fruit from the Cross Bronx, especially when you're hungry.
but it goes into my body and then it leaves my body.
It's all good. I don't. Everything on the side of the Cross Bronx Expressway is
So it's
good.
okay. I have
but-
finally bought mangoes on the Cross Bronx. Mangoes are Poland Springs.
But you can buy
Stop.
mangoes on the Cross Bronx that's open that they already put
I'm good.
big sugar on,
It's tahine.
whatever, tahine on.
Yes.
But you don't want to buy roses on the Cross Bronx? No.
Anyway,
Salute to the vendors on the Cross Bronx.
I support you. I
Wait,
support
not no more? Oh, ice. Damn. Forget it.
Is that a joke?
No.
I guess he's saying ICE is looking for people, so they just staying out of Dodge.
Oh, okay. You're saying that they're low.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. My point is you actually love the holiday because you celebrate the hell out of it every year because you want the people in your life to feel loved on that day.
Of course.
So you love the holiday.
I don't.
You just want to be a hater.
I don't. I just
You see how he just wants to be oppositional?
no. It's not. It's not even that.
Everything you do says not.
I just don't. You know what my whole thing is? I didn't.
And that's what the day is about.
I
The
get it.
day is about. Listen, here's the thing.
The day is about overcharging men
No, that's not what it
for
is.
flowers, chocolate.
That's not what it is.
Why can't I make you happy on the day before when we could spend money? And
You always make me happy. If you were one of those husbands that was like, I don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day, I'd be like, you got it. Because
I
because
don't want to celebrate.
whatever, it's cool.
Alright.
You make me feel
I want to smoke shots
amazing
with it.
7 days a week.
That's what I'm
Like
talking about.
you're a little sweet baby.
I'm listening.
You really are. You're a little sweet baby.
Keep going.
You are a little sweet
They
baby.
ain't hear you in the back.
Then he is a little sweet baby.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. The point is, with Valentine's Day, there are a lot of people that don't make their loved ones feel that way
Okay.
because it doesn't naturally occur to them. They're not naturally or organically romantic. They may not be demonstrative. They may not be expressive. They may not be the type of boyfriend or husband that pays compliments or puts a little bit of extra effort into an evening out. So this day prompts those types of men to do those things and make the woman in their life feel special. And that's why, regardless of whether we're overcharged that day or not, it's a special day because it gives women and men an opportunity to feel a little extra special that day. Do you understand? And that's why. So regardless of all of the arguments that can be posed against the day, it really doesn't matter. Because what you get out of it is so much greater than whatever hit you took preparing for it or paying for it. Don't you agree?
No. We're not gonna agree. We gotta agree to disagree. I'm not like. I just feel like Valentine's is a manufactured holiday. They use it to charge people more. They, like you said, they use supply and demand and know that everybody's gonna want flowers and they
But I feel like you didn't
do
hear
it.
what I said.
I heard exactly what you said.
I don't think so.
I did, but like you said, I do it for you guys because I love to see you guys smile. But I do feel.
That's what I'm saying. But that sounds like that's what she said.
But what I'm saying is.
That is the point.
But what
That
I'm saying is.
the point.
I know, but I don't like the fact that they overcharge the pauser.
Look at it. It's floating right there. All you gotta do is look at it. Just look up. It's right there.
Let's continue on.
Do you see it?
I see it.
That's the point.
Let's continue on.
It's a day to make your loved ones actually feel loved.
And then charge you in the pockets. But let's move on.
Okay.
All right. Now, today's topic, I want to talk about something that we both seen.
Okay, yeah.
And it wasn't a young man, but it was how old do you think he was? He was an adult.
Well, wait.
The swimmer.
Okay. Let me start it. Yes. What are you talking about?
All right, guys.
Okay. So when we were away at the convention, once the kids went to sleep on my birthday, all I wanted to do was watch Netflix.
Correct.
So we turned on the TV, we programmed it, and I'm looking at, I don't remember if it was like recommended for you or whatever it was, but it was a movie called, I think it was called You Hurt My Feelings.
Oh, you know what's so crazy? I thought we seen it on Instagram. I thought we was scrolling and seen it, but now I remember. Go ahead.
You was gonna sit here and tell a whole story and just improvise, huh? That's what you do? Okay. No, that's not what happened. We were watching it. Well, we were trying to figure out what to watch. And then I saw the title and I'm like, the picture doesn't look like it's something I want to see, but the title has my attention. You Hurt My Feelings. And if it's not You Hurt My Feelings, it's something like that. But I think it was called You Hurt My Feelings. So I was like, let's just watch the preview. So we watched the preview. And after we watched it, I was like, you know what? That's pretty interesting. This would be a good topic for the podcast because it's something that we've talked about and it's something that we have a strong opinion on regarding our parenting. So the scene that we saw was a kid, right? He's in like the den or the living room with, I think, both of his parents, but certainly his mother and his father. And he initiates a conversation with the mother, basically saying, Mom, like I have a bone to pick with you. Mm-hmm. I swam for all these years, or I was a swimmer, and all these years you told me that I was good. You told me that I was great. Basically, and I'm going to paraphrase, my coaches knew that I sucked. My other teammates knew that I sucked, but you told me that I was great. So I thought basically they just didn't get it, you know? And I didn't know if they were right, they were wrong, or if my mother was just a liar. Like I was confused. Long story short, I sucked. And I kind of resent you for that because you gave me all of this. He didn't say this, but I'm going to say it. Like all this fake security.
Yeah.
All this fake security, all this confidence. And she basically said, well, I did that because maybe I believed that you could be great, or maybe I just wanted to support you, or whatever her excuse was. But basically, she was saying that she just wanted to uplift him, and he resented her. So when I turned it off, we got to talking. And I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that as a parent, you should always compliment your children when they don't necessarily deserve the compliment, that you should always uplift them, that you should always give them that fake sense of security so that they can feel good about themselves? Or on the other hand, do you think that you should tell them the real, tell them what it really is? What do you think?
Now, this is the thing. When it comes to sports and things that they do, I think you should tell them the real, right? And I'm going to tell you why. Jackson, who is my 10-year-old, if he stinks it up on a basketball court, I tell him, bro, you stink it up. What the fuck is this thing that you're doing here? Do not shoot like that. Shoot like
The
this.
layup that he did last week.
Yeah. And I'm
No, not layup, the finger roll.
the finger roll.
The finger roll, right?
Scoop, the scoop, right? And the reason I tell him that is because I want him to get better, right? And I want to be honest with him. Now, I'm not going to beat him up, and if they go in the corner and let him cry, I'm going to beat him up. Well, not beat him up, but I'm going to tell him what he did wrong. And then I'm either going to go into the gym now with him, or I'll send Madison's boyfriend, Andrew, downstairs with the gym. I'll send Logan downstairs in the gym with him to train him. But I want him to be honest because I never want to give him a false sense of him doing something right and he's doing something wrong. So I'll use Jackson because that was the last one. But if Jackson's not doing something right, I tell him, no, Jackson, don't do this, do that. And I'll go downstairs in the gym with him and say, this is how you cross over. This is how you do that when it comes to sports. Because I
Hold
want to get
on,
better.
hold on. Let's be a little bit more specific.
Mhm.
That's you critiquing a technique. What if he sucked at basketball but loved basketball? Let's make it a little bit more interesting. You suck. Like you're trash, but he loves it. Dad, did I do good this game? Are you proud of me? What do you do? Go.
Can you go make sure he's in his room right fast? Before I'm completely honest. Jax?
What?
Sure. Let me tell you why. I just want to make sure before we completely honest. He'll be back in like 10 seconds. So talk amongst yourself for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7.
We just have to make sure he's not in the kitchen because he wouldn't be in the
No, he's
other room.
over there. He's like a little.
Oh, he is in the kitchen. I just heard him.
Let's see. Just want to make sure. All right, so I can tell you because I just heard him back there. So Jackson wanted to play football, right? And every time he played football, every game, every practice, he would have the cleanest jersey on the field, right? He would.
That's true.
And I didn't sit there and I did not lie and say, hey, you can do this. I said, maybe football's not for you, bro. And I pulled him out. And it wasn't because of anything, but he just wasn't good. And I do understand that certain things are for certain people. Now, he probably wanted to play because his older brother played, his older brother's good, but that wasn't for him. And I told him immediately, bro, you can't play football. You got the cleanest jersey on the field and it's muddy out here. Like, you cannot play. And I was completely honest.
Yeah.
Now, he keeps telling me, hey, Dad, I want to get back into it. But
Now he's a little bit older.
But I feel like he wants to get back into it because Dad watches football every Sunday. He sees that I'm into it and he wants me to do that with him. He sees how proud I am of Logan playing. But I also tell him that everything ain't for everybody. I never played football as a kid, but I enjoy watching it. I play basketball. I play baseball. It was what it was. Those are the sports that I like. So yes, I am completely honest with him and tell him he was trashing it. I was. Also, to answer that question, yeah, I completely. But now if it comes about looks or insecurity or something like that, yes, I will lie. If I had a overweight daughter and I'm going to tell her she looks beautiful, she looks great, I'm going to tell her everything.
Yeah, but those two things can be true.
Meaning, I'm
regardless.
going to tell her that the weight means nothing or whatever it may be. I'm going to make her feel secure enough where she doesn't even see that she has weight. if she has a big ass knot on her head or an extra finger or anything out of the ordinary that people would say, I'm gonna make her feel so confident that she'll be a person with weight with feeling confidence. I'm gonna make her feel so confident if she has 6 fingers, she's gonna be like, this is my 6 finger and my
One for good luck.
one for good luck. But that's what I'm gonna do because those are things that, God created that you cannot change. But when it comes to other things like sports or anything else, if my son was a drawing or my daughter was a drawer and she sucked, I'm gonna tell her.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want her to join a drawing club and then she goes to a competition and she's last place. Perfect example. Perfect example. You see this all the time. Now we go to dancers and our daughter's dancing competition, right? And it's a real rigorous sport, right? I call it a sport, meaning they train 6 days a week. They train hours and hours a day. They're in the house training. They watch videos like they are in it. They stretch. They are into it. We go to some of these competitions and you could tell some of these girls are trash. And I'm not saying it being rude. They shouldn't be at that level, right? Just like there's a difference between travel basketball, town basketball, and AAU basketball, right? You know which team your kid should be in. You know if your kid's not good, he shouldn't be in AAU. You know if your kid is not good, they shouldn't be in travel. They know if your kid is not good, maybe they should be there. So I see girls and guys sometimes when we go to these competitions that shouldn't be at this level, right? Not when you got girls flipping and girls doing dances and girls that take it serious. I see sometimes that parents should tell their kids, look, like this ain't for you. Let's start here a little bit. Let's stay here and let's perfect your craft and get you to where you need to be. But if you're not, you shouldn't be there because really I don't want to say it's embarrassing, but it's embarrassing. Because when you put your kid against a Michael Jordan of dance or you put your kid against a LeBron James of dance, they're getting washed and they're never going to get the feeling of I did it, I accomplished it, I did well.
That's true.
And when we talk about dances, you're talking about I want you to know how serious it is. If your child is into dance, could be dancing against 500 kids. They could be dancing against 400 kids, 800 kids. It's to the point where, it's not just first, second, and third prize when you come to dances. It's the top 10, right? That's how rigorous it is. And you want to make the top 10 because it means a lot. We're used to, I'm in first, I'm in second and third. Like,
So let me just
top 10.
let me clarify a little bit. So there's competitions which are typically more local, right? And then there's conventions. So the conventions, we're gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We come back Sunday night. It's 4 days. And for conventions, people fly in from all over the country to compete. So it's a very high level of competition. The local ones, or the more local ones, I should say, where New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Philadelphia, whatever, you still have people that are coming to travel and whatnot, but it may not be as rigorous as a convention. So at a convention, the goal is to place, to make the top 10 overall, because a child will compete in different categories. So it could be ballet, tap, jazz, lyrical, contemporary, hip hop, acro, open. There's all different categories. So you can get first place in your category. And then after that, you're hoping to be placed overall, which means ballet is up against hip hop, is up against contemporary, is up against lyrical, is up against everything. So they take the top 10 scores overall, and you just hope to make the top 10. So that's what he's talking about.
Right. So it's that rigorous. So if our child didn't want to do something or wasn't good enough to be in that, I wouldn't put her in those levels of competition. I would put her in something a little smaller that's more for her. I wouldn't lie to her and be like, you could be there, or the reason they're not doing this because the judge. I wouldn't do it. Like, perfect example, right? A couple of weekends ago. So in these competitions, Brooklyn gets busy, right? Well, they both get busy, but Brooklyn gets busy beyond busy. Like, Brooklyn is no joke. And when I say it like that is, I would say the thing with Brooklyn is she's also an acrobatic, right? London kills it dancing. London is more like a rocket. Like, lines are straight, lines are strong. Brooklyn too, but Brooklyn's gonna flip out the gym. Brooklyn's gonna flip off stage. Like, totally two different styles of dancing, both amazing. But the reason I tell you about Brooklyn is they have something.
I just want to say something. Someone asked me to compare the two of them. And I said, if I could compare, I would compare Brooklyn to a Beyonce and London to a Mariah Carey, where Of dance, yes,
I
because
don't dance.
you're not getting it.
Oh,
I'm not. Now, do you get it? Thank you. Yeah, he finally gets it. Not that they dance. I'm talking about just their style of attacking their craft. I could have just as easily compared them to basketball players.
Okay.
Chose singers. So Beyonce's the type, like, she's gonna get out there and she's gonna dance. She's gonna give it to you. She's gonna give it to you raw, and she's gonna sing and everything. But it's all of that too.
Mhm.
And then Mariah Carey, when she sings, is just like perfection and elegance, and you know what I mean. So they're two different types of singers, but they're both at the top, at the very tippity top of what they do. So London and Brooklyn are very different, but one isn't better than the other.
Correct. Totally two different styles. But the reason I say that is they do something called improv, right? And improv is a big category in these dance competitions, right?
Yeah.
And you would automatically assume that Brooklyn would kill it, right? Because Brooklyn could flip, she could dance, she could this, that, and the other. But Brooklyn doesn't feel comfortable enough doing improv because she feels like she likes to be prepared.
Yeah.
Like Brooklyn likes to be prepared. She likes to, you could tell like she knows in her mind what she has to do and she's gonna mission accomplished, right? London is like mission accomplished, but I could also fuck with this because I don't need to be prepared necessarily. And when it's time for improv, we'd be like, what the fuck? Like she's like that with it. So with Brooklyn, we don't put her in improv because she doesn't feel comfortable doing it.
So
And I'm not gonna lie to her and say, you better do it. No, because she doesn't like it. She doesn't feel comfortable with it. So I don't push her to do it.
no. Whatever our kids choose to do, it is for their own personal joy and happiness. So if there's anything that doesn't bring them joy or happiness, they're not required to do it. You do not have to do it.
But we're not gonna lie either. We don't lie to them like, no.
So yes, so getting back, well, I'm just going to say improv is basically when you're on stage for 50 seconds and they play a genre of music that
You have no idea.
no idea. You don't know what song. It could be lyrical and slow and
It could be
melancholy.
country, it could be
It could
R&B, it could be hip hop,
R&B,
it could be anything.
hip hop, it could be anything. So basically, you get on stage and a song comes on and you have to dance to it for 50 seconds. And the last convention we went to, London won the improv competition, which was great for her and her confidence. So this time she went out and like killed it because when you do win, which is what you're talking about, it does give you that sense of confidence. So it does speak to what you're saying. You're basically saying don't set your children up for failure.
Exactly.
You know, because you don't want them to get used to every time that they compete at something, they always lose.
Mhm.
So I think that's kind of what you were getting at.
Yeah.
So to answer
So that's what I said. So what do you think?
from my perspective, my kids know me, like I'm known in this house for my blunt honesty. I refuse to lie to my children about anything because I don't ever want someone to lie to me. If I put on a new shade of lipstick and I say, how does this look? And you're like, oh, it looks great. And it looks terrible. And I go out and then I don't feel confident, or someone else tells me it doesn't look good, or I realize it, or whatever. That tells me I can't trust you because you just yesed me. You only gave me a compliment or said that I look fine to appease me. So now your opinion is of no value to me. I need someone that is going to keep it 100 with me no matter what, even if it hurts my feelings. And, you know, a lipstick analogy is just, it's a simple analogy, but it can go so much deeper. You know, a lot of times with my kids, it goes a lot deeper. When you ask me my opinion, and if I have a negative opinion or if I'm going to be a naysayer, yes, I have a kid's glove delivery. I'm not going to hurt your feelings. I'm going to say it in a way that's palatable for you. But at the end of the day, I am going to tell you the truth, because if you care enough to ask, that means that the answer is very important to you. So whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, I'm going to support you to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. And we're going to work together. But I'm never going to send you out into the street with false confidence. So when we came home from the competition, we were all in my bedroom. Like, we all kind of congregate in my bedroom. Like, all the kids come in. We've told you this before. And me and Daddy Life London's here. Me and Rashawn were talking about something, and I don't remember what it was, but I was like, yeah, see, that's like that's swimmer mom. Because now whenever we're referring to a situation that's like a nod to that preview that we saw, we call like, oh, see, that's that swimmer mom thing, like that whole fake security thing. And London was like, well, what are you talking about? And I told her about the preview that I saw. And she was like, yeah, she's like, I'm so glad that you don't do that with me. I said, well, why would you say that? This is interesting, your perspective, little 11-year-old perspective. And she said, no, I just know that whenever I ask you a question, you're going to tell me the truth, even if it's the exact opposite of what I want to hear. And whatever it is, it makes me work harder. It just gives me the real. It lets me know what it really is. And I'm not operating with a set of goods that isn't going to hold up. So I appreciate that. But now that's like what we refer to, swimmer mom.
Mm-hmm. Well, let us know what you think. I want you guys to email us, thekcrew@gmail.com. That's THEEKCrew@gmail.com. Now, I know we're a little over time, so we don't have time for pillow talk this week because we're way over time. But we have to get to the email of the week before we go. So
Sounds good.
If you don't know what to do or think, put it in a letter, just send it. We'll read it in the email of the week. The email of the week.
all right, let's get to the email of the week. Now, the email of the week comes from my cell phone because our very own Mercedes, you would see all these videos of her in the gym if you follow Boot Camp Benz. That's her Instagram. You don't see these videos anymore is because she actually tore her Achilles. Yeah, so Benz is out of commission. She can't drive for 8 weeks. So she won't be here for 8 weeks.
She can't work out for even longer.
No, yeah, she can't work out for even longer. So she popped her Achilles at the gym. She went straight to the emergency room. They checked her out. She had to have surgery 2 days later. So that's why she's out of commission. So you won't see her here for a while. So salute to Benz. I'm sure you'll be watching this. So just feel
Which
better.
is part of the reason why we haven't done the third installment of the cooking show.
That's right. There's no Benz. Reason why we didn't do a podcast last week because there was no Benz.
But I think she might come next week with her boot cast, whatever it is that she has going on. We're going to try to film next week.
Yeah, so I spoke to her today actually, and she's supposed to be bedridden. Like she's not supposed to go up and down the stairs. And when I spoke to her, I heard pots and pans. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I can't wait for nobody. I'm downstairs cooking. So Benz is already moving around. So she actually emailed me instead of usually she prints it out and has it on paper, but she emailed me. All right. So, hi, my name is Sean, and I've been with my wife for 6 years. Lately, I've noticed a sudden change in our intimacy. Specifically, she no longer wants to give me oral sex, even though it was never an issue before. This shift seemed to come out of nowhere, and I'm trying to understand why it's happening and what can I do about it. I don't want to pressure her or make her feel uncomfortable, but I also want to make sure that this isn't a sign of a deeper issue in our relationship. I don't know if it's stress, if it's hormones, or even a physical discomfort is affecting her. What do you think I should do to fix this, and how should I approach this? Please let me know. I love the podcast, and I appreciate both you guys.
He's married 6 years? Okay, so 6 years in, all of a sudden, she does not want to give him oral sex anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a hormonal issue. Because he didn't say that she doesn't want to have sex with him. He specifically said oral sex. If he said sex altogether, then it could be a hormonal issue, a change in her sex drive. He didn't say how old they are, but, as women approach menopause or going through perimenopause, so that could be anywhere between like 35 and 45, you can go through perimenopause. That can change your sex drive. Not for all women, but for some women, absolutely. But he didn't say sex altogether. He said just oral sex. The first thing that popped into my mind is that maybe there's a change in his hygiene.
That could definitely be in.
Maybe there's a change
could be a
in
little salty.
hygiene. Could be a little musky.
Or he could have, maybe he's not circumcised and it's not clean.
But he would have never, he wasn't circumcised 6 years ago.
Oh, but maybe maybe what's it called? Schmegma? Maybe it might be some smegma.
I don't even like that word.
Maybe.
Please don't say it again.
But
I just almost
But okay.
keep that over there.
But maybe he should go to the doctor and see if he is having an issue.
All he has to do is a finger test. He just has he just has to check it. You have to go to the doctor for that.
But sometimes you can't smell yourself. Or things that you think is normal.
I think I think that people that have odors, oftentimes they cannot smell themselves. They have no idea that their presence is offensive. But if you're getting signals from the people around you that you're possibly offensive, and then you take that sniff, then you can tell. I think when your awareness is brought to it, then you can tell. It's not as though you go completely nose blind to yourself. So if you're signaled, then yeah, I don't think that you're incapable of smelling yourself. But he would know if there's a change in his hygiene. Do you sweat a lot?
Mhm.
Um, are you a good wiper
Mhm.
when you use the bathroom? And I'm not even saying that to be funny, because a lot of men will admit that they're not the best wipers. That's why they came out with dude wipes. Dude wipes. Yo, SI's having the best time right now. He's like, dude wipes. Look, yes, he uses. Yes, he's a self-proclaimed terrible wiper, and he uses dude wipes. So if you use the bathroom in the afternoon and 10 o'clock creeps on, that missed substance can be sitting there multiplying.
That is fact.
And yes, I mean, this is crazy. You're right. It's a crazy
No,
topic.
no,
But it's
that
the
is
truth. I
factual.
got to be honest, right? Yeah. And maybe when she heads down south, she gets smacked in the face and literally says to herself, like, I cannot do this. Like, I cannot do this.
Yeah, that could be it. It could be your boxes. Sometimes certain boxes sit a certain way and allow sweat to hang. So, for instance, which is the weirdest
Sweat
part.
to hang.
No, tight boxes.
Well, so, see, he says tight boxes are the worst. I wear boxer briefs, and for me, boxer briefs keep me comfortable, and it keeps my stuff good. If I ever wear boxes, regular boxes, or if I free ball, it's the worst.
When would you ever free ball?
All the time when I'm in the house, I just throw on my shorts and I run around and do things in the house.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what it does. It's weird. My thighs rub against each other, and it just creates a different
It's like
smell.
the friction.
Yes, it
Okay.
creates something different than with my boxer briefs on. So it could be a bunch of those things. But like Gia said, I would definitely check that. I would go to the doctor first. I would just make sure, especially, I don't know if you're circumcised or not or whatever your thing is down there, but I would definitely go to what's the
Urologist.
urologist and get yourself checked out just to make sure. Like Gia said, it might mean
Urologist is like the male gynecologist.
correct. Or I would go and maybe change your body wash. Maybe it's your body wash. Maybe it's different soaps react to different people. And see what it is. As a Black community, we have a bad habit of putting baby powder everywhere. You shouldn't be using baby powder. You're too grown for that. You shouldn't be using baby powder. But there's things that you should definitely do. And then I would have a conversation and ask why. Ask like really why? Like, what is the reason? Like, hey, you were intimate and you used to, go down on me. You used to give me oral, but now you don't. What's the problem? What's the reason? And then let her say, hey, maybe I don't like it because of this. Maybe I don't like it because of the smell. Maybe I don't like it because it makes me feel like I'm gonna throw. Who knows? But I would start having that conversation with her and be honest with her and tell her, yo, this is what I like. I enjoy it. And the fact that you're stopping is affecting me. And I don't like it because I don't know why I just stopped from earlier. But I would just definitely try to ask why and fix my problem if there is one.
I have something else. I'm sitting here like thinking, like, what else could it be? It may not be a change in her sex drive, but it could be a change in her sexual attraction towards him. So has something changed in the way that you present yourself? Is there a chance that maybe she's not as sexually attracted to you as she once was? Because with couples, if you have a sexual relationship, like sex intercourse is kind of like a given. A lot of people look at oral sex as like a bonus, as like an extra. Some people look at it as foreplay. Some people look at it as par for the course, and some people look at it as extra. And she just may think, well, I'm not that attracted to him anymore. So you might see the frequency of intercourse slow down and the absence of the extras. Think about it. When you're intimate with each other, does she touch you sensually? Does she initiate sex? Does her hand creep around? Is she giving you the feeling that she's in love with you and that she wants you? Do you feel as though that desire is a priority for her? You would know because you're in it. The feelings that you had closer to the beginning of your relationship, dating in the beginning of those 6 years, are you still feeling those feelings now? But there's just an absence of oral sex. Because if it's not just it, I'm sorry, my kids just walked in. I hear the baby screaming. If it is the desire component, if that's still heightened and there's just the absence of oral sex, then I don't think it's an attraction issue. Do you see what I mean? You have to look at the entire situation in its totality and then deduce from that. But you can assume and we can surmise all day about what it might be. But just like Rashawn said, nothing is going to be better than asking her straight.
Absolutely.
Asking her straight and making sure that it's a comfortable situation where she feels free and open to be honest with you and she isn't a swimmer mom. Where she's not just going to be like, oh no, it's nothing, honey. I've just been tired and no, you're great and everything's great and everything's fine. Everything's the same. Nothing's changed. You're amazing.
Right.
You don't want to get that reaction out of her because what? It's of no value. The only thing that's valuable, right, is the truth. So you have to create an environment where, maybe you lead her and make her be vulnerable. Say, is it something with my body? Is it that maybe you're not attracted to me? Is it unpleasant for you when you do that? There is a change. There has to be a reason. So we need to get to the bottom of it because it's really occupying a lot of mental space for me. And I don't want to be, spinning, thinking about what it might be because it makes me feel insecure. So I would appreciate if you're honest with me and we just have a candid conversation about what it may be or what it is.
Well, good luck and let us know. Keep us abreast of what happened, please. You can email us, thekcrew@gmail.com. That's THEEKCrew@gmail.com. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for rocking with us so much.
And
Thank you for
happy
being-
Valentine's Day.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Lovers.
And we got to remind you guys,
Even you haters and non-celebrators.
our book, Real Life, Real Family. You could pre-order it now and let us know what city you're at. You can email us. We'd love to come to your city and pull up on you guys and possibly pull up on some of you individuals.
Shut up. You know you love Valentine's Day. You know you love Valentine's Day. Don't you love Valentine's Day?
We'll see you guys next week. I'm DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And that was another edition of the KC Crew.
Doodles.
It's time to kick